Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And today, guys, we're going to be looking at David Robertson, closer for the Chicago Cubs, potentially being a target for the Toronto Blue Jays, coming over here, helping out our bullpen. Before we do, $3 a month, become a Patreon member. Shout out and thank you to every single one of you guys. And also today, Jason the code for Monkey Knife Fight. Now, before we get into David Robertson and everything that he has done so far in his career and this season, bullpen, are we still thinking it's an issue for the Toronto Blue Jays?
Yeah, bet your darn bottom dollar it is an issue.
Okay.
Because we only have like 4 guys right now that I could really count on. That's Romano, Simber, Meza, who's on the IL right now, and Phelps. That's 4 guys, and then when Meza's injured, that's 3 guys. That's not enough guys I can count on, and there's too many critical situations when you're playing in the AL East and trying to win 90-plus ball games, so we need more. We need more.
I feel like maybe the biggest problem for us is, like, we have good high-leverage dudes. Like,
Yes.
don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Like, I like all of those guys, but I want to push a few of them down a little bit further, so then we're in those games where it's like, oh, we're down by 1 run, we're down by 2 runs. We don't need to pitch our Garbosian guys anymore and let that game get out of reach completely.
Right.
We can pitch some actual studs, keep ourselves close, and then just hope that the offense can come back, and maybe we pick up a few W's that we wouldn't have had we pitched Vasquez or Beasley, whoever it is that we're pitching.
Well, think about the situation, too, where, like, oh, the game before was a long grinder. We had to pitch, like, 3, maybe 4 of those top-end guys. And then in the next game, oh, it's another grinder. Well, guess what? Here comes Richards out in the 7th, who's having a really, really bad year. I don't want to see him in the 7th anymore.
No.
Push him way down.
No, I completely agree, dude. I would much prefer to see David Robertson. David Robertson, over his career, it has been a long one, folks. Almost 700 innings this guy has thrown from the pen. He's cultivated himself quite the career. 2.89 career ERA, it is solid, and this season he is doing even better than that. 21.2 innings pitched, 30 Ks, 7 saves on a Cubs team, whip under 1, ERA at 1.66. Did you have an opportunity to take a look at the expected, like, baseball?
No, I haven't.
Fucking amazing, guys.
Nice.
I highly recommend you take a look at that. 99th percentile expected ERA, 99th percentile expected batting average, 99th percentile expected slugging, 97th percentile K rate, 97th percentile hard hit rate. There's a bunch of other 90s in there too. It is all looking really good for David Robertson.
I love numbers. I love that for David Robertson. You know what else I love? I love a veteran presence in the bullpen, okay? That's the same reason why I love David Phelps. That's why he's so consistent.
Yeah.
That's why he's got ice in his veins. You know who this guy reminds me of? A bit younger, LaTroy Hawkins, who we traded for in 2015 on the Toronto Blue Jays. He's even better than LaTroy Hawkins, but LaTroy Hawkins provided that veteran stability where every single outing you know you're going to get, and if he's going to give us a 1.66, which was better than LaTroy's like 2.87, then hey, I will take me some David Robertson from a really, really abysmal Chicago Cubs team.
I completely agree, dude. And the Cubs, they're going to want to get rid of him. Now, I got a little quote from a Cubs reporter here coming out and talking about David Robertson. He says, this was from this past weekend, in Game 2 of a doubleheader Saturday, Roberts went 2 1/3 innings, retiring Cardinals slugger Paul Goldschmidt twice to escape bases-loaded jams. Robertson is still an effective late-inning arm that could help a contender if the Cubs move into sell mode as expected. So even Cubs reporters are coming out here and talking about, hey, this guy, he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
They should sell him.
Well, you have to. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's older. He's really cheap too, $3.5 million. Who cares?
Literally.
However, when you are like the clear guy, which right now I think he's kind of like becoming the clear option for a buy.
Him and it is Wilson Contreras, you know, but it's like Wilson Contreras, that could cost you a lot of stuff.
Right.
David Robertson, you need a bullpen guy. This is your dude.
Right. I'm talking just pure bullpen guy. Like he's the guy to get. So I feel like right now his baseball trade values is like 0 right now.
It is a flat 0, folks, and I do believe that what they're doing there is they're kind of taking into account, okay, he's a 37-year-old. You do only have him for this season. Then he's a free agent, so you don't have a lot of flexibility there. But at the same point, what they are not factoring in is the fact that every single team that has even the littlest, slightest hole in their bullpen should want some David Robertson because of that deal, and because, okay, well, he's not going to cost me an arm and a leg like some of those other guys. Like, who was that one guy that we were looking at the other day?
Bednar. On
Bednar.
Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
5
exactly.
years, young guy under control.
Totally.
That's an arm and a leg.
And exactly, that is an arm and a leg, dude. Where we're talking about, oh my gosh, maybe we need to give up Gabriel Moreno or Elvis Martinez. We shouldn't have to do that here, but he will help just as much. What is a dude or kind of like the range of prospects that you would be okay with giving up for David Robertson?
I'm cool with giving up anywhere between like 20 to 8 top prospect for us. Like, I think 8's the highest. You know what I mean? If we're starting to dip into the top 5 kind of guys, I'm like, that's kind of
I don't think so.
No.
It's not gonna be it.
Yeah, I think like anywhere between there, I'm totally cool with giving up. Totally cool.
I completely agree, because if it comes to that time at the deadline where we're still doing really good, but we're looking at our team, we're going, you know what? Our bullpen, it just doesn't stack up to the Yankees' bullpen.
It's just not going to.
And I don't want to be in that situation where it's like, holy crap, we're in the ALCS right now.
Yeah.
They're trotting out Clay Holmes, and we have to trot out Trevor Richards because that's all we have. You know? Yeah.
Game over, folks.
It is.
Game over.
It would be game over.
It'd be better if you saw Robertson out there. You could actually compete.
Better. Yeah, I totally agree, dude. So for me, it's like anywhere from that 10 to 20, like in the teens prospect range. We can get him for something like that, and even better, keep him out of the hands of the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays, because I actually already saw that the Boston Red Sox are potentially looking at this dude, because they're going to want to be buyers potentially if they're not.
Red Sox.
Yeah, like sell,
Go
sell,
away.
Sell. Seriously, sell. Also, another cool little tidbit of information here that you guys might like to just to show that we might be in on this dude is the fact that I found an article back in 2017, little rumor there coming in that the Jays had actually reached out to Chicago, the White Sox at that point, because he was playing on the White Sox then. They'd reached out to Chicago White Sox about trading for David Robertson.
Yeah, those same guys, Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro, same dudes in 2017.
Yeah, no, so I think that they really like him, dude. Any final thoughts on Robertson?
I think Robertson's, if you're watching this video, look, come play for the Toronto Blue Jays. You would fit perfect. You would be a star. You would be idolized by especially us. And we'll talk about you nonstop. So if you want the coolest podcast in the world to talk nonstop about you, come over to the Toronto Blue Jays.
What is he for you? 7, 8, 9? Like, where is he in that bullpen?
Where would he be? He could honestly slide in as like a setup role.
I think
a
so.
setup role kind of guy.
Yeah.
Simber, Mesa, and Robertson.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
And I also, like, I could totally see it too, where it's like, okay, Romano saves this game. We need another save. Robertson, like, you're taking over now as well.
I
like,
could see that.
It's like just like flip-flopping back and forth, you know, because he can clearly do it. And
That's
he's
his role.
arguably been better just on a pure, like, statistical number basis
100%.
than Romano has this season.
100%.
So I could see something like that going on. Folks, let us know in the comments down below. What would you give up for David Robertson? It's all kind of speculation right now, but I could totally see a headline coming out. David Robertson to the Toronto Blue Jays. I want it. Let me know if you guys want it too.
Guys, code TODAYJAYS to get the discounts and deals on Monkey Knife Fight. Shout out, thank you to all of our Patreon members. Yeah, you guys keep this podcast going.
Thanks so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!